Golden fact. According to the National Association of Emergency Medical Technicians, there are over 48,000 ground ambulance vehicles providing emergency services. The City of Coral Gables recently implemented new emergency rescue transportation fees. This was done to rely less on property taxes and other city revenues. So what does this mean for you, our Golden residents? Here's some important information you should know about the emergency rescue transportation fees. From the billing company, here's Vice President of Sales and Operations for McKesson, Mauricio Chavez.
The city has always billed their non-residents for emergency medical transportation, and now they've elected to start billing residents. But if the residents have Medicare or Medicaid, they will not be charged a co-payment. That's the big difference. So your elderly population that has Medicare will not be charged a co-payment.
If you are a Coral Gables resident covered by Medicare or Medicaid, the fees will not affect you. If you are covered by private insurance, you may be responsible for any private insurance co-pays depending on your coverage. Patients will be asked for insurance information at the time of transport, but sometimes this information is unavailable.
A lot of times we can't obtain it from the hospital, or the paramedics are unable to obtain it during the transport. So they may receive a letter from us just requesting additional information.
No one expects you to pay for your emergency transport on the spot. No patients will be refused service, and you will be transported regardless of whether or not you have medical insurance or your ability to pay. All citizens of Coral Gables will continue to receive the highest quality care possible.
The paramedics are providing the exact same services they provide now to their residents. They will not be asking for any money up front. You are not transported on your ability to pay. The City of Coral Gables will continue to transport as they always have. They won't notice any changes in service.
Remember, this fee is only applicable if a patient is transported by the Coral Gables Fire Department to a local hospital or clinic. The fees vary depending on the level of service provided. You may be wondering how the billing process actually works. It's similar to what happens when a person receives services from a doctor or hospital. A claim will be sent to the patient's insurance provider. After the claim is processed, the insurance provider may send the patient an explanation of benefits showing the amount the insurance provider was billed, how much the provider paid, and what balance, if any, is owed by the patient. So let's review. If you are a Coral Gables resident with Medicare, Medicare will be billed directly. You will not have to pay for any co-payment. Same thing if you're a resident with Medicaid. Medicaid will also be billed directly. If you are a Coral Gables resident with insurance, your insurance company will be billed. You may receive a notice of co-payment depending on what your plan covers. If you have no insurance, you will be billed directly. If you receive a bill and have any questions, call the billing company at 1-800-226-1012 or 305-229-4370. If you'd like to speak to the Coral Gables Fire Department regarding the emergency rescue transportation fees, call 305-460-5588. Golden fact. Studies have shown that art created by seniors can increase the personal connection of the younger individuals by creating a link that both senior and younger individual can appreciate. Recently, there was a senior art show in Coral Gables. Liane Morejon has the story.
Tonight, I want to welcome all of you to the 3rd annual Celebration of Talent Contest.
Guests gathered at the Coral Gables Youth Center for one of the most anticipated events of the year. Golden residents of Coral Gables were able to flex their creative muscles and enter their very own artwork and crafts into the yearly art contest. 114 participants in total entered original creations in the 4 categories of hard crafts, soft crafts, paintings, and photography. Chairperson of the Senior Citizens Advisory Board, Carol Block.
We have entries, from what we would say young seniors to seniors, in the older categories, even some over 90 that enter. And what is truly, truly amazing is the fact that Coral Gables has so many wonderful artists. I think anybody who comes to this art show would see the quality of the talent of what the artists in Coral Gables and what we have to offer here. It's truly, truly amazing.
The Celebration of Talent art show began in 2007 and, like the majority of senior programs in Coral Gables, increased in popularity over the years and has continued to bring out the artist and competitor in Golden Seniors.
So it's becoming very competitive within the city for our artists, to really do their best to come up with something new, something novel and all to present and all for the art show.
To help make this event enjoyable for everyone, the Palace Group, which will soon be opening a retirement community in Coral Gables, helped by providing food and beverages for the guests. At the end of the evening, it was time to announce the grand prize winner. Maria Gonzalez took home some great rewards for her hand-painted porcelain egg titled American Pride.
And I've called it American Pride because it's got the White House, it got the Great Seal, and it also has Marsha Washington representing all the women of America. And I love doing it. I felt very pleasured that I did it, and it's brought me a lot of joy, and a lot of people who have seen it, they have been joyful too.
Maria has been making porcelain masterpieces like this one for about 20 years and was very proud about her win that night. For now, everyone can stay tuned for the 2010 Senior Art Contest, which is expected to be even more successful than this one.
Well, the bar was set pretty high by the first show. And on our first show, that's where we all really got a shot, because we had never done it before and we did not know what to anticipate. So, and when the caliber of the artwork was so fine and so well done, that really set the bar, and each show since then has been getting better and better.
Thank you for watching Golden Gables. Here's a recap of the information featured in this edition.